morning, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode. Today is going to be I don't know, it should be a quick one, but I do want to ask you one question. Are you tired of getting spots in your driveway from your Subaru? So I have the STI outside, and I have this little spot here. Well, there's a couple of little spots. Some of which, this is all rain stuff, but this here is underneath the engine itself. So you would think the first thing would be oil leak. It's kind of, you know, similar to how some Subarus are and how some Subarus get. But mine in particular is not an oil leak. Mine is a power steering leak. And it's very, very frustrating. So what I did was I actually got brand new line from the power steering pump all the way back to the rack, and then there's lines from the rack to, like, I think, I don't know, I bought a bunch of lines to replace the lines, and we're gonna look back here, but you can't really see, but there's a couple lines that are connected all together down at the bottom there that are super annoying to get to, but they are leaking. So I'm going to change those out, change everything out underneath, and clean everything up, and hopefully in the preparation to kind of get rid of this car. It has been just sitting over here on the side of the house for a while now, and I think it's almost about time for me to part ways with it. I want to make a couple more videos about it, clean it up, make it look really good, but I don't really drive it, and now that I have the Evo 10 back up and going, I got to downsize on these cars, you know what I mean? So if you are keeping count, I do have two STIs. It's two STIs. I do have the MR2, which I have not done anything with just yet, but it's coming. I thought this summer was going to be the time where I actually get this thing done, or at least started, but I haven't touched that yet. So that's 3. I have the Evo 10. I have Ivy, which is my 03 Evo 8. That's 5. I have the blue Evo, that's Sapphire, that's 6. I have the GTR, that's 7, and I have the Evo 5. And then I have my trusty, well, not trusty, truck. It literally just sits here until I need it. Like, I got to get rid of this thing too. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. A bunch of cars, but since I do have one that is ready to kind of go, I'm going to change some stuff out with this, because what's going on is that, well, I'll just let you hear it. Like, you start it up and you can actually hear if, most of the time, if you don't have any type of power steering leak, what normally happens is that it'll just start and you won't hear any kind of sounds. But listen to the sound. Can you hear it? You guys can hear that. So there is air in the system, and that air is super annoying to, one, listen to, and number 2, it's tough because it actually just creates that noise, and it leaks all over the ground. So, and plus, whenever I'm driving at any kind of speed, like, so say, I don't know, 40-50 miles an hour, and you gas it a little bit, what happens is that the steering wheel will shake because it's got air in the system, and the steering wheel doesn't really know what to do. So we're gonna get moving on that in a couple minutes here. So I just need to pull it in the backyard, put it on a lift, and we can go from there. So give me 1 second. Oh man, I wish you could have just caught that. Oh, I wish you would have caught that. So what happened was, I have it on these blocks here. I turned the wheel maybe a little bit, quarter, maybe an eighth of an inch, and the steering wheel was just like that. So hopefully I get these lines in, and yeah, hopefully it'll be okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing in the air real quick. I'm gonna close the door. It is nice outside, but I just don't want a lot of bugs in here. And the car is just super, like, look at this. Like, look at, see how, yeah, it's just gross. It's just gross. I need to clean up a couple things I have just laying around over here, just so I can make sure I work here in peace and it's really not gonna be a problem. So give me a couple minutes, be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, get my flashlight. I'll show you what we're working with here. So, all right. So as you can tell, we have a little puddle, at least starting there. And most of it is underneath here. So my assumption is that it's one or both of these lines here. So I do have lines, this line here, I have this line here, and then I have lines going all the way up and to the power steering pump itself. So this bracket will have to come off. Doesn't look like it's that bad. A couple, I think 17s, I think they are. A couple 17s there. And then we can actually access this this whole thing. So what happens is that this line rusts underneath the there's like a plastic or like a you know, this piece here. You see this, like how this is? So water gets behind there and it's got nowhere to go, so it starts to leak, and then it leaks everywhere. And especially if you have, like, these are high power steering lines, so one in, one out. So yeah, they just like to you know, go. But I do have the fix here. So this is from a company named Samsung. But yeah, power steering lines from the pump all the way down to the side over there. And then I have OEM Subaru lines, which this is part of the return line. And then this is the high power pressure line here. So I got these from Mach 5 Motorsports, and they're really the only ones that actually have these. I don't know if you can actually get them right from or from Subaru, but this is the number on the one, and this is the number on the other. So that's what we're going to be doing today. The number for this one, I just got this one off of I think I got it off of Rock Auto, I think. But it comes with everything that you need. The lines, has 2 copper gaskets there. Let me take this light away. 2 copper gaskets. I don't know what that zip tie is for, but I guess like when I get in there, I'll actually see. The bracket here, the bracket that goes inside the engine bay, and then this bracket here at the top is so that everything is crimped together, so that like it'll all stay together. So hopefully, like, I don't know if there's a bracket that goes to, that piece there, which it goes to, but let me just check and see here. No, it's just a regular, bracket to keep them both together. But as you can tell, like, it is rusty as all hell. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like you can tell right there that piece is starting to everything down here is like corroded. It looks really bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a lot of brake clean. Oh, I got stuff on my camera. I'm gonna use a lot of brake clean, and I'm gonna clean up the underside of this car real quick, and then we can get back to the action here, because Yeah, it'll just be a lot easier if it's actually, you know, if it's actually kind of clean, at least kind of clean, you know what I mean? So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, folks, so I have some of this stuff cleaned up. Let me get my light. I have some of this stuff cleaned up, not anything super crazy, because as you could imagine, when I take these lines off, everything is gonna be going crazy with the amount of fluid that's gonna come out of here. So we're just gonna power through. So you do have these 6 bolts, 2 here, 1 here. Oh, more than 6 bolts. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts total to get this bottom cover off. 2 more, so 10, I think is the number. But these are nuts and bolts up front here, so just keep that in mind. You will need a I think it's a 14. I want to say it's a 14. Let's see. Check. Yes, so 14 top and bottom. All the rest of these are 14s as well. They should come off pretty simple, and then we can kind of get into the rest here. I'm not going to pull off any lines just yet, because I have to go up top and I have to pinch off the lines up top to the reservoir to make sure that no extra fluid is going to come out, because obviously these are power steering lines. They're going to be it's going to be gravity fed for the most part down to the pump itself, and then from the pump it is high pressure lines back to the rack, and then, you know, back up the return line. So there will be a good amount of pressure in that line. So I'm trying to do it as best, as easy, as cleanly as I possibly can without actually taking the pump out. Even though I might just clean off the pump, I might, you know, we'll just do that. But let's get this plate off. Let's see what we're looking at. All right, so I know it's a little bit hard to see up in here, but I tried to clean off as much as I can. So this plate goes right here and covers all of this stuff. So we're gonna be changing out this line here, all the way up to the rack, and then lines going up to the top there. So there is a 10 millimeter here, which is where I kind of believe, well, there's, you know, there is some stuff up there that is for sure leaking. So all of this stuff's got to go, and then we can concentrate on our high pressure line up top. So like I said before, I'm gonna let this car down, and yeah, I'm gonna crimp off the where the pump goes, you know what I mean? So that, like, it's got no more extra fluid coming down this line. So yeah, let's keep it going. Okay. So whenever you're looking at this, yes, this tool here is perfect for that, because it's not gonna hurt it, and it should be fine. It should be fine. So do this here, and it should be fine. Perfect. All right, all the way. All right. So now I can actually take the power steering line off. I can actually start to do all of that jazz, and I should not have any type of problems. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this intake off, or at least some of this intake. I'm gonna take this piece off here, the belt shroud. I'm gonna take that off, take the intake off, and it'll give me more accessibility to what I gotta work with over here. So keep in mind, it's gonna get dirty, so let's go. All right, with this bad boy moved over here, it's time to take this bad boy off and see if we can't get the underneath here, the the main pressure line off, high pressure line, because I think it's pretty free. I think it's pretty free if we kind of wiggle. I think it's definitely anchored down there somewhere, so I just got to find it, and I'll keep you guys updated here. I'm gonna take this bolt off, which is might be a 17 mil that's connected to the pump, and get that line off. So I'm gonna need to pull my rags out because I know it's gonna get really messy. So yeah, just be prepared for that whenever you're doing this. Like I said before, have a couple rags, brake clean and such, because it is gonna get messy. So I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, ladies and gentlemen, folks, so after like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so messing around with this, I do have both lines off. Do have the high pressure side off, and I snaked it through here, and it is laying up here for right now. The low pressure side is underneath this, just because the high pressure side is above that. So, you know, gravity, it's gonna push it up as much as it possibly can because the top is over there. So you get the gist. So there is one 10 millimeter bolt that holds this bracket. So it holds this bracket here. And like I said, you just have to remember that the low pressure line is going to have a some type of, you know, like clamp or something like that. I had a worm clamp. I'm going to change this over to a fuel pressure clamp so that it's not biting like crazy over here, and make sure that it is clean. But it does go down, and the low pressure line, hard line, comes up like this. So this just snakes down like that. So should not be that bad, and should be okay. It does snake behind my my air oil separator, one of the lines, so I have to make sure that it doesn't grab that while I'm pulling this bad boy out. So move some of my tools over here, and I'm gonna put this bad boy back in the air, and we can start getting our stuff done from underneath. I know that there is a 10 millimeter bolt holding the bracket together, at least two 10 millimeter bolts, one about here on this bracket here, and then there's another one, sneaky one, for some reason it is somewhere over here between these two lines. So I don't know why it's there, but I didn't get a new one, which is not that big of a deal. I don't think that I need it. There are two hard lines. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You will contend with a couple more bolts down here. So yeah, let's put it up in the air, and let's get back to work. All right, quick update time here. Get my flashlight. That's the big light. Well, we'll go with the flashlight. Oh yeah, the flashlight is up there. All right, so quick update here. So what I had to do to get this bad boy to work, I actually had to pull the input shaft. Well, not the input shaft. The I forgot what is this? Intermediate shaft. I had to pull the intermediate shaft out. So make sure if you do this, you mark it. You have to mark it. And then there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts to hold the steering rack up into this spot here. And yeah, just pulled the rack down after such, and so I can get more leverage, because I couldn't crack these bolts up in this well here. So just make sure that you do that. You don't have to pull the steering rack all the way out, but where it's at, it works perfectly fine. So I'm just letting this bad boy drain, and then I could actually do the high pressure line, because or maybe this is low pressure, whatever line it is. So I'm gonna take both lines off at once, and probably pull everything down together, because I think that might be the easiest way. So yeah, keep it locked. I'll update you in a couple minutes when I get this thing all the way out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, folks, so I do have these bad boys out, and you can definitely tell there was probably some seepage here, that's for sure. I don't know exactly where else, but remember, I did clean this somewhat up or whatnot. But I do have the lines out. They do look, obviously they look hit, but we're gonna replace them with all new stuff, so we don't have to worry about this stuff in the future. And yeah, up in here it doesn't look that bad at all either. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean all this stuff up. I'm gonna clean the rack just a little bit, hit it with some you know, some brake clean it up just like I said, and then we can reinstall these lines, or you know, put these new lines in. So I'm going to put one on at a time, the high side first, or whatever one this one is, because there's two different sizes. There's a 17, which is this one, which is, I'm pretty sure is, oh, that's the return line. Jeez. And then but it is the rear, so I'm gonna do that one first with the return line, and then I can do the other side. So yeah, it is a long, arduous process. Like I said before, getting in here is tight quarters, but I will get this bad boy back together, and I'll show you exactly what's going on with it. So yeah, give me a minute. Okay, ladies and gentle folks, so after a little bit of time here, I have the power steering rack mostly cleaned up. Like there's some stuff that's still on there, but I do have the new lines on, and they look amazing, and I do have everything run underneath here, so it does look really good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I just need to put on the bottom plate here. Need to put this bad boy on, and then I can let the car down, and we can actually start to make sure that there's no leaks, because that would be a pain. Actually, I'm not gonna put that plate on. I'm gonna put it up top, and I'm going to get everything ready, like the return power steering line, and then I'm gonna see if this thing will actually leak. Hopefully it doesn't, but you just never know nowadays. You just never know. But let's go. All right, people, let's get it rocking. Actually, I think I might have heard something, and I didn't even have to start the car yet. Nope. Well, I don't see anything, so let's start it up. Infamous sound. And right off the bat, I don't see any leaks yet. So let's fill this thing up. I know it's loud, I'm sorry. system. So I'm gonna continue to bleed this. I'll hit you up when it's done, because this thing looks reckless. Hold on. Ooh, wait. Oh my goodness. All right, people. So, looking underneath this bad boy, I don't see any kind of leaks over here. Like, I would have thought I would have seen something, but nothing. I'll deal with it. I'll take that any day of the week, people. Any day of the week. So, yeah, I'm going to put my stuff down, and I'm going to finish up this job here, and we're going to take this bad boy for a ride. I don't think I'm going to take the camera. There's no reason to take the camera, but that's how you do those lines. It's not like it's super simple, but it is easy enough that you can do it in a couple hours on the floor by yourself, with the parts that I'm gonna, what do you want to call that? I'm gonna link it down in the description below. Everything that I used today, well, everything that I bought for the car, I'm going to put in the description below. But yeah, I'm so happy, so happy. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like what I do, like what you see, please let me know down in the description box below, or let me know in the comments below if you like my content, because I do like being in front of the camera. I do like making videos for you guys, if you guys are willing to consume them. I know I'm not the most interesting person, but when I work on cars, I like to show you guys exactly what I'm doing and how to do it, make your life easier. Yes, I do have a lift, and yes, it is a lot easier for me to do it on that lift, but same thing applies. You can still do it on the floor, and that's why I wanted to show you guys how to do this today. But if you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Deuces.